Good morning, everyone. So good to be with you this morning. Super excited to get better with you this morning. I've already got the recording going. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Rachel Richards, and I am so privileged to grow with you today. Let me talk about the Win the Day calls, the intent behind them, what they are, what they're not, so that you have a clear understanding of showing up for these and deciding if they have value for you. These are not trainings. These are not leaders talking at you. This is a reflection of what it's been like for me to try and get better and get out of my own way. It's little tidbits of information that has helped me to shift, and different things that I've read or listened to or meditated on that have helped me to get out of my own way. And that's mostly the struggle that I've had in this business, is getting out of my own way. The business itself has been pretty darn predictable and easy compared to things that I've done in the past. But the hardest part of the business has been my mind. And so I'm going to share with you some of the things that have really helped me to shift. I do want to make just a couple of co-hosts so that I am true to the time that we promised you. We're going to be out of here at 7:15 on the dot, maybe earlier, because we don't want to belabor these topics. We just want to awaken you this morning, set your mind high, and give you that ability to have success today by just meditating on things that will drive you forward. So one of the things that we were thinking about when we put this training together is, I wonder how many of the coaches know our Hot Six. Our Hot Six, these are principles that are given to us by the true visionaries and leaders in this business to help us to understand the culture at Optavia. And so what's really neat about these Hot Six is they're like guardrails for your personal development process that Optavia has put in place, that Dr. A feels passionate about, and that we try to live out every day. Do we do it well all the time? No, we don't. Because guys, we're unbecoming everything we never wanted to be, and we're learning how to dream and lead other people by leading ourselves. And so I'm going to go over them because I don't know how many of you maybe like, yeah, I kind of heard of the Hot Six. And then mine today will be very clear on the one that I'm going to help you on. Okay. So let me go ahead and read those. The number one is we lead from the future and we act in the now. Now, as I read these, some of you are like, oh my gosh, I know these. Do you? Do you know them, or do you feel them? And do you aim to do them on a daily basis? Because for me, I know them like my times tables, but I don't know them, or else my business would look a lot better than it does. Not to say I'm not grateful for my business, but guys, I'm not operating at my potential. Okay. So number one, lead from the future and act in the now. That requires us to have a vision for our business. This is why many of you, along with myself, there were times in this business I had no vision. I was just up doing the do, getting the calls, getting in the Zooms, doing the celebration calls, doing all the things. But the vision was lost. I was attached to an old vision, or I wasn't dreaming big enough. So that's a big one, that when you say you're going to lead from the future and act in the now, what is your future? What is your vision? Has it even been communicated to yourself first? Second is we take responsibility and we play above the line. I love that one. Play above the line. That means doing the right thing when no one's looking. And it's hard because there's times in this business you're tempted to take shortcuts. Is it just me? But hey, yeah, that's a tough one sometimes. The third one is seek growth and view the obstacle. I'm paraphrasing a lot of these. We embrace the obstacle as the way. So many of us are like, oh, this is getting hard, so I think I better quit. Maybe I'm not built for this. And Dr. A was like, no, the obstacle is the way, because it means that you're growing. And that's the whole thing, right? Did we grow today? Did we grow someone else today? Those are the big questions every day. Number 4 is, I'm sorry, that was number 3. Yeah, number 4 is we connect authentically and we cultivate trust. So those of us that are like, oh, I don't want to sell. Well, praise God, you don't, because we ask that you don't, you know? So we're like, don't sell, connect authentically and cultivate trust. So when you want to sterilize the business and do things fast and make them efficient, you have to ask yourself, are you offending that one or not, right? Number 5, awaken your potential. We awaken potential. All of you this morning have insane, I'm just looking quickly. I know so many of you guys have insane potential. You have big old hearts, you're creative, and you love people and you love this program. So your potential is immense, but we have to awaken it and then learn how to transform masterfully, predictably, and systematically. Guys, in this business, we will either rise to the level of our personal development or we will fall to our dysfunction. And I have seen it over and over in myself. I am dysfunctional too. I'm just on the way and not quitting, okay? Number 6, we deliver extraordinary results. I'm going to say that one again. We deliver extraordinary results. The program is phenomenal, but we're always looking to add value. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, are we producing a people in service to their why? Are we in service to our why today? Did we wake up this morning just ready to get through the day and plow through the calls? Or are we ready to blow someone's mind today with love, support? How about just seeing them or listening to them and not letting that health assessment be like, oh my God, I can't wait to get through this health assessment and get back to what I really want to do. Like, what if we just show up for them and give them extraordinary value in that conversation? It's hard to do all of these. Am I the only one that finds that list to be a little daunting and go, okay, that's a tall order? But you know what? That's why we keep getting together. That's why we keep working it out. So today, my goal is to help you with number 1. We lead from the future and we act in the now. So what does that even mean, right? So let's go to vision. We talked about vision, and this is what I'm going to share with you today. All my takeaways from trying to do my own vision. Hopefully they add value. Hopefully there's something that I say today that you're like, oh, that one was for me, or oop, that one hit me. I hope, right? And if I don't, just keep showing up, because there's other leaders this week that are going to do this too, and they'll have one for you. All right. So first of all, vision gives significance to the otherwise meaningless details of our life. It brings us from a space of labor, from work, right? Work is what we want to do. Work is in service to our why. Labor is those mundane things that you just don't find to be enjoyable. And so we really learn here how to do the work. Most of us love the trainings. We love the transformational side. We love the mindset. We love the hugs. We love the high fives. We love the events. But if we're honest, we do not love doing the work. And that's the part that we have to fall in love with again. Maybe I'm alone. I fall out of love with the work all the time, you guys. I do. I get burnt out. I don't want to go in another Zoom. I don't want to do another training. I don't want to wake up at 5:45 and do this. Maybe I wanted to sleep in, but like, I know what's at stake if I do that. And so doing the work, now that it's deeply attached to my why, it's not labor. But when you don't have a why or a vision for what you're doing and why you're here, it certifiably is work. Okay, so what needs some significance in your business that has lost its significance? And really put your finger on it and go, yeah, it's like supporting coaches or supporting clients, whatever it is that you're just kind of getting burnt out on. You've probably lost that vision for what you're doing and why you're doing it. I love this. This one's a little kind of, this hit me first. Okay, so what's the difference between winners and whiners? So if we're going to set our vision and do the work, remember what mine is: lead from the future and act in the now. Act in the now means that I have to do the work. I have to be in structured tension. I have to show up for my power hours. I have to touch my business every day. I have to manage my ego that's so ugly and always wants her way. And I have to have a managed ego. So this is a lot of dying to self stuff that I have to do on the daily, right? And thank God I have mentors and people in my life that will call me out if I'm not, because thou shalt not fool thyself, right? I don't want to not do the work and downgrade my dream. That's what happens. If we don't do the work, we downgrade the dream every time. So winners and whiners. This punched me right in the mouth. So I thought I would share it. Winners do the work regardless of how they feel, because of the feeling the work produces. Because you're like, damn, that felt good. Like I went to the gym and I didn't feel like going to the gym. Here's a winner. I don't feel like going to the gym, but I'm going to go to the gym because of the feeling that it's going to produce. But I didn't feel like it to go. Okay. That's a winner. I want to be a winner. Do you guys want to be a winner? Like, I don't think like that today, but I'm trying. The whiner has to feel good to do it. I don't feel like making 10 conversations happen today. I mean, I don't really feel like social media is where I want to be today. I really don't feel like doing my map. I don't feel like reaching out to this client that keeps ghosting and seeing if we can turn it around. Like, I just don't feel like it. Well, that's the whiner in us. And we all have it. Dr. A is always like, oh, you're over there sucking your thumb. Yeah, that's me talking about how I don't have the business that I want, right? It's because I act like a whiner a lot and not a winner that's like, do it and then the feeling will come, okay? The other thing is that inconsistency, okay, why are we inconsistent? I really wanted to pull this one apart for the last couple of minutes. It's because it's self-depreciation that starts happening. We don't think we're worth it. That at the core, when I analyzed every podcast and everything about why people are inconsistent, it's because they don't feel like they deserve it. There's some major self-reflection that has to happen to say, yes, I deserve the outcome. And so therefore I deserve to be consistent. And that's a really big deal. We lose ourselves in this business by serving other people. When we don't feel like it, it's funny, the feel goods come back when we're in service to others. When you wake up and you have that text message from someone and you're like, that's why I do it, right? We are producing a people in service to their why. So today, when you think about leading from your future and acting in the now, you really want to look on in terms of like, this is your test. The last thing I'm going to say is understand that this business, it's almost like, guys, when people say program, I don't know if I'm going to continue with program. And I'm like, what does that even mean? You're not going to drink water. You're not going to eat 6 times a day. You're giving up on vegetables. You no longer need supportive communities. Like, I don't understand program. I hate that. I hate that word. It's like a trigger for me. Program, or even, I don't know if I want to post. What does that even mean? You're not going to live out loud anymore. Like, you're stepping away from your transformation. And then this business is your personal development journey. It's the second half of your program. It's the prove out of the stickiness of transformation. So this business is just going to reveal to you the areas where you have failed the test in the past. Maybe it's comparison. Maybe it's not being self-sabotage. I don't know. But every time you fail in this business or you don't meet your goals at the end of the month, it's just the work that's left to be done. And it's not done yet. And you're a work in progress and you're worthy. So today, let's just close with the understanding that at the end of the day, this is your question with your 3x5 card. When you get off the call, 3 things you're going to get done today. Maybe you need to delegate something to do it, delete something to do it, because we're not going to downgrade our dreams anymore. Okay. and write that card out and give yourself a pinky promise, something that has to get done today, that hasn't been getting done. You know what it is. Could be getting back in the gym, could be getting your steps in, could be drinking water. I don't know, but it has to pinky promise get better in order for you to be in service to your why. So 15 minutes flew by, but we promised you a tight, uplifting perspective for the morning. I love all of you. I hope you go and upgrade your dreams and are consistent today because you are worthy. And I hope something I said was valuable. And we'll see you tomorrow.